I have said it once and I will say it 1,000 times more. I would much rather regret not having children than regret having children later in life.
This is a little bit of a tricky conversation to have. And I try to as a child-free creator, I try to show up here really honestly, because I do think it's important to be honest. And obviously people say to child-free people quite a bit that we're going to regret our decision. So this morning I thought that I would do my journaling and would just be really honest with myself and kind of write down the reasons why I'm grateful that I don't have kids, but also the reasons why I regret not having them. So I decided that I am going to share them with you. I think it's important to be honest. So I'm just going to do that now. Yeah, there is none.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. So today's topic is on a 39-year-old lady that had a change of mind. Initially, she was being told by her parents not to get married and have kids. So she didn't want to have kids before. All of a sudden, she just changed her mind when she hit 39 years old, and now she wants kids and she wants a man, and she's struggling. She came online to share her story, and she also mentioned that the reason why she never considered having kids before was because of the dynamics of her mom and her dad's relationship. But she had to go for therapy and soul searching to get that off her mind and her system. After all that stuff, she's not deciding to have kids. She really wants to have a child. She's just thinking. She doesn't know what to do. Let's go ahead and read the story. Then we'll get to talk about it. I feel like I missed the boat on most relationships because I decided too late I wanted a man and kids. I had to do a lot of therapy and soul searching because my parents had a very nasty divorce and told me, their child, that I shouldn't have kids because it ruins your life. Eek. So anyway, now that I've mostly cleared that up, I realized that I do want the husband and kids, but I'm nearing 40. Now, when I look around at age appropriate men, that is 40 to 55, there are some awesome available guys, but nobody wants to have more kids. Men in their 30s who want kids probably wouldn't date me seriously because they would prefer someone younger in their 20s and 30s, rightfully so, as the baby making years are much better. And my conclusion is I need to try to have a kid alone, that is sperm bank. Now, if that is truly what I want, and then if and when I have a kid, go back to dating. Dots. So this is just what she's thinking. This is what she wants to do. She had initially said she didn't want kids because her parents advised her not to have kids because of how nasty their relationship was, their marriage was. Now she just realized she wants a child. She really wants kids. She's not even really hitting on the husband part for now. She wants to have a child. She's considering the sperm bank and all that. This has to do with child-free. This has to do with child-free by choice. Initially, she didn't want it. Now she's having a change of mind. I think this happens to people in life. Humans are bound to have a change of mind. We are bound to reconsider our decision. We are bound to see things differently over time. Some people need something drastic to happen to them in their life for them to reconsider their decision. I had made a video before, and in that video I spoke about a man having a change of mind. Although he was a fence sitter, he said he was indifferent about having kids. But when he had a major loss in his family, he started thinking about having kids. At that point, he realized that he wouldn't cope without his kids because he said he would love to have family around him, his own family, his nuclear family around him in his old age. So because of that, he had to break up with the lady that he was with because that lady said she didn't want kids. I already spoke about this in some videos I made some couple of days back. Do you get? So this has to do with child free. I always say this: if you are sure you want to do this, you need to do proper research. Ask yourself relevant questions, because one thing with age is that it goes, you don't get it back. Time goes and you don't get it back. And according to science, according to them scientifically, because I know a lot of women out there, they've proven this wrong. They say, okay, when you get to 35, you become less fertile and all that. A lot of women, they've proven it wrong. People still give birth in their 40s and all that, without struggles. It just has to do with the individual. Do you understand? Yes. So considering the whole science stuff and what is common out there, if you're making this kind of decision that you don't want to have kids, you have to be certain, you have to be well informed, you have to do proper research and ask people that have been through it before, people that are already on the journey, so you would be sure, not along the line you have a change of mind. And you don't have to do it because you were advised to do it, because from her story, her parents advised her not to have kids and a husband because of the messed up relationship they had. So she had to run with that. And I know childhood trauma does have a huge effect on kids when they grow up. Some people, you would hear them say they would never be in a relationship, not because they had a personal bad experience, but because of how they saw their father and mother's relationship play out. Some people have issues trusting men, not because they've had bad experience with men, but because of how their father treated their mom. Childhood trauma. If you're a parent, be careful of the kind of image you imprint on your kids, or the kind of information you put on your kids. Because I always say this, children, they're like blank canvas. Whatever you imprint there stays there. And that's what that's what they will definitely grow up with. You see, some men grow up to be abusive because they learned that from their father, not because it was just a trait that just jumped into them. No, it was because of the environment they grew up in. So I don't want to digress further. Let's go back to the topic. She said her parents advised her to not have kids and marry. So what I'm trying to say here is this: if you've decided to be child free, make sure this is a decision you're making for yourself. You're not making this decision based on the fact that someone advised you or you saw someone doing it and you just want to do it. You have to ask yourself the real question: is this what I really want to do? So you wouldn't have a change of mind, and when you do, it's almost too late for you and you can't have your own baby yourself. That's what I'm saying. You have to be sure that this decision you're making is something you want to do in the future. Let me just take one or two comments and let's see what people have to say. I spent most of my 20s, 30s carving out a career in science, PhD and all. However, I missed the boat on the relationship, and now pretty much all the ideal partners don't want kids or marriage. I'm stuck out here going like, was it wrong for me to work on my career first and be financially stable? Obviously. A rhetorical question, because I am financially stable, got a place, a car, and pretty much all the nice stuff that I like. What I don't have is someone to share the company with, to pour my heart out to, be romantic, etc. A lot of women find themselves in this position. If you don't have money and you get into a relationship, it has a huge effect. If you decide to have all the money before getting into a relationship and you don't watch your time, you don't watch your environment, you're just career driven and you're going, it also has its own effects. So all I see here is balance. You need to balance things out. You need to start your career, get to a point, and then if settling down is what you want to do, you settle down and then you keep going. I know being a career woman in the marriage can be hard, but I tell you, people have done it before. You just have to find a way to find a balance, find a way to juggle things up, to balance things out. Because you cannot eat your cake and have it. You can't have it all in life. That's the truth. You cannot have it all in life. So the best way to live a good life, a fulfilled life, a happy life, is have bits and bits of it. You can't have it all. If you want to have everything to the fullest, No, you can't have it all. But if you try to have bits and bits, pieces and parts of it, then you can do that and balance things out. Let's hear what this other person has to say. I am 44 years old male. If I was in a great relationship with someone who wanted children, I would be very open to it. I see older couples with children in Europe beaches often, and they seem to be having a blast rather than stressing out over the dumb shit we stress out about when we're younger. So this one is talking about older couples with kids. It seems like it gets better with kids when you get older, when the kids get older. I think I've mentioned this before, and people say this as well. Oh, when your kids are younger, it's a struggle, but when they get older and they move out of the house, or they go out there to pursue their own dreams and aspirations, they give you that time, that ample time to be single again. When I mean single, like be with your partner. Without them, it gets better, but it takes a whole lot of time, a lot of years for that to happen. You get? So I think in life, it's just for you to make a decision for yourself. Don't look at what people are doing. Ask yourself the relevant questions. Sit yourself down, have pep talk, do research, be well informed before making critical life decisions, because the decision of not having a child is very critical in life. The decision of being child free is very, very crucial. Is an important decision. So you have to be sure that that's what you want. It's not a decision you will just jump off your bed, wake up from sleep and say, yes, this is it. Or because of the stress, because you've heard moms complaining, people complaining, oh, childbirth is expensive. And then you make up your mind and say, I don't want to do that. You have to be sure. Do a thorough research and be sure. So you don't end up changing your mind when it is already too late for you to have kids.
Hi, I'm going to deliver some cold hard truths that you don't want to hear, okay? But I'm going to say what I want because you're sounding off in my comments. If you regret not having children when you were younger and now it's too late, that is a decision that you have to make peace with, because otherwise it's going to eat away at you. Telling younger women that they will regret their decision, it's not healthy. It's not healthy, babes, okay? You need to look inwards and find ways to find joy in your child-free life. That's your responsibility. This could happen to anyone. I might regret my decision when I'm older. Who knows? And that's just something I'll have to accept. The way I see it is, say 45-year-old me thinks, shit, I wish I had kids. It's too late for me now. I'm so mad at my younger self for not having them. I would say to my 45-year-old self, fuck off, because I don't want them. I don't want kids right now. If I had kids right now, I would be miserable. Miserable. It is irresponsible to bring kids into this world that you don't want, okay? Even if, you could travel back in time and make your 34-year-old self or 35-year-old self have children, that wouldn't have been good for you if it's not what your 34-year-old self wanted, okay? So find some bloody peace in your life, okay? I feel for you. I know this sounds harsh, but you need to be told.
Y'all really had the audacity to ask me, what you gonna do when you're old and you have no kids? And I truly can't get over the fact that y'all really be using people's company for the sake of your own loneliness. Yikes! I am not that miserable to add anybody in this misery with me. I have found fulfillment just doing me. So I don't need a little baby kid to validate my existence, to add meaning in this life for me. I'll let you know if I regret my decision, but I have no valid excuse to add nobody in this capitalistic system. We're living on a floating rock, and I have to pay bills. This is a joke.
Okay guys, this is all I have. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye.